As we go about our daily lives, it's easy to get caught up in the idea that we have all the time in the world. We put off until tomorrow what we could do today, and before we know it, weeks, months, and even years have slipped away from us. But what if I were to tell you that this mindset is not only unwise, but also potentially deadly? The ancient Stoic philosopher Seneca once wrote, "It is not that we have a short space of time, but that we waste much of it." These words are just as relevant today as they were when Seneca first penned them. In fact, with the constant distractions and diversions of modern life, it's arguably more important than ever that we learn to use our time wisely. So who was Seneca, and what can we learn from his teachings on this topic? Born in Cordoba, Spain in the 1st century AD, Seneca was a prominent statesman, philosopher, and dramatist who rose to prominence in ancient Rome. Despite his wealth and status, however, Seneca's life was not without its challenges, and he was eventually forced into exile by the Emperor Nero. It was during this time that Seneca wrote many of his most famous works, including his letters to his friend Lucilius, which contain some of his most profound and timeless wisdom. In these letters, Seneca offers his friend guidance on everything from how to deal with adversity, to how to cultivate a sense of inner peace and contentment. And it's here that we find some of his most valuable teachings on how to use our time wisely. One of the most important lessons that Seneca teaches us is the importance of living in the present moment. In his letter to Lucilius, on the shortness of life, Seneca writes, "You are living as if you were destined to live forever." These words are a powerful reminder that our time on this earth is limited, and that we should strive to make the most of every moment. But how do we do this in practice? For Seneca, the key is to focus on what is truly important, and to let go of distractions and unnecessary desires. He writes, "The greatest obstacle to living is expectancy, which hangs upon tomorrow and loses today." In other words, when we're constantly looking to the future, or dwelling on the past, we forget to live in the present. And it's in the present that we find true freedom and happiness. So how can we apply this lesson to our own lives? One practical strategy is to set aside time each day to focus on what's truly important to us. This might be as simple as taking a few minutes each morning to meditate, or to set intentions for the day ahead. By doing so, we can cultivate a sense of clarity and purpose, and make sure that we're using our time in a way that aligns with our values and goals. Another deep insight that Seneca offers us is the importance of prioritizing what truly adds value to our lives. In his letter to Lucilius, on the happy life, Seneca writes, "The happiest people are those who are content with what they have." These words are a powerful reminder that true happiness and fulfillment come not from external sources, but from within. When we're able to cultivate a sense of inner peace and contentment, we're less likely to get caught up in the constant pursuit of more, and more likely to focus on what truly matters. But how do we do this in practice? For Seneca, the key is to identify what is truly essential to our happiness, and to eliminate anything that is non-essential. He writes, "The wise man is content with his lot, whatever it may be." In other words, when we're able to focus on what we already have, rather than constantly desiring more, we can find a sense of peace and contentment that is not dependent on external circumstances. So how can we apply this lesson to our own lives? One practical strategy is to take a close look at how we're spending our time, and to ask ourselves whether our activities are truly aligning with our values and goals. By doing so, we can eliminate distractions and focus on what truly adds value to our lives. So how can we put these lessons into practice, and start using our time more wisely? One practical strategy is to start each day with a clear sense of purpose and intention. This might involve setting specific goals for what we want to achieve, or simply taking a few minutes to reflect on what's truly important to us. By doing so, we can cultivate a sense of clarity and direction, and make sure that we're using our time in a way that aligns with our values and goals. Another strategy is to prioritize what truly adds value to our lives, and to eliminate anything that is non-essential. This might involve saying no to commitments that don't align with our values, or simply taking time to focus on what truly matters to us. By doing so, we can find a sense of peace and contentment that is not dependent on external circumstances, and we can start to live a more intentional and purpose-driven life. Finally, we can start to cultivate a sense of gratitude and appreciation for the time that we have, and to use it in a way that truly honors our values and goals. By doing so, we can start to live a more meaningful and fulfilling life, and to make the most of every moment. In conclusion, Seneca's teachings on how to use our time wisely offer us a powerful reminder of the importance of living in the present moment, and of prioritizing what truly adds value to our lives. By focusing on what's truly important, and eliminating distractions and non-essential desires, we can cultivate a sense of clarity and purpose, and start to live a more intentional and purpose-driven life. So if you're looking to reduce stress, increase productivity, or simply live a more meaningful and fulfilling life, we hope that you found this video helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more videos on Stoic wisdom and philosophy, and to join our community of like-minded individuals who are committed to living a more intentional and purpose-driven life.